because we have international law, and Turkey acted according to the international law after a number of warnings. So any kind of response should be the same. We all have to respect the international law. And the international law is a cornerstone of any kind of acts. But firstly, let me correct you slightly, because our armed forces have been fighting not just against Russian proxies, but also against Russian regular forces. And it's proved many times in the sense of their presence, in the sense of them bringing into Ukraine not only mercenaries, not only munitions and any kind of weaponry. We have in Donbass now more than 1,000 tanks and different kind of armored vehicles. Turkey is a member of NATO, but Turkish airplanes have not been trying to cross the Russian border. It's the Russian airplanes tried to cross the Turkish border. So what is the threat of Turkey as NATO member to Russia? It's the other way around. It's the same with Ukraine. But with Ukraine, it's about reforms. It's about undertaking the whole process of getting to all NATO standards. What we have now is full solidarity of all the civilized world with Ukraine. And because of that, we have continuous economic pressure. We have contacts with Russia only talking about practical things. And we have sanctions. It's exactly what should bring the Russians back to the track of implementing Minsk fully. And for me, it's clear. Stop supplying weapons, munitions, mercenaries, and regular troops. Stop shelling. Let the OSCE, see and monitor what is going on the ground. Exchange hostages. Let the people get humanitarian assistance. Let the people have free and fair elections on the basis of Ukrainian legislation and OSCE criteria. It sounds simple, yeah? But it's not the intention of the Russian Federation, because they do want to destabilize Ukraine through destabilizing Donbass. And it's exactly the problem with full implementation of Minsk agreement. We don't need any kind of new Minsk agreement. We need to implement what we agreed to, and it's our point. It's about hampering our transit to Central Asia and China. And it's the same problem our Turkish friends have. Now we're reshuffling the whole idea how Turkish transit should go to the East Asia. So we have a lot of common challenges. And in this sense, we have common security challenges. We have common economic challenges. And I believe we have the same humanitarian challenges. Also supporting our Crimean Tatars in the Crimea in many areas. And it's exactly the way to proceed further on the basis of not just strategic partnership, because we have this successful strategic partnership, but unique strategic partnership between Ukraine and Turkey. From the 1st of January, we started our FTA exercise with the European Union, and it's actually a great opportunity also for Turkish businessmen to come down to Ukraine, to be effective. We've been talking about our bilateral FTA. It should create a special pattern of free trade around the European Union, Ukraine and Turkey. We will have more opportunities.